Welcome back. Well, the ANC has marked its 108th birthday ahead of President Cyril Ramaphosa's January 8th statement on Saturday. The celebrations come at a time where the governing party is facing multiple setbacks ranging from crisis in state-owned enterprises to unemployment, poverty and femicide, amongst others. As leader of government, how is the ANC planning to tackle these challenges? So to further discuss this, I'm joined by political analyst Prince Mashele, as well as a chairperson and ANC veteran, Dr. Mathole Motshekga. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us this evening. Dr. Mathole, I'm going to start off with you. I mean, looking at the ANC from the dawn of democracy, it is the oldest liberation movement on the African continent. So it says something about its ability to stay relevant to this time. But one may ask and pose the question, given the recent challenges faced by the ANC, how relevant can it continue to stay?
The ANC is still relevant and remains the only force that can take this country forward, because it is the ANC that knows where we come from slavery, colonialism, racialism. And the challenges that we face today are not of its making. They are the challenges that have been thrown up by the economic situation that we're facing, and therefore the ANC and the people of this country should not throw up their hands in the air, because the ANC has the capacity, the person power to address these challenges, and those challenges are being addressed.
Prince, do you agree with that, that the ANC is facing challenges that are not of its own?
I disagree. See, year in and year out, the ANC tells society what it will do for South Africa. It doesn't say to society, we don't know what to do. It says we know what to do. We'll create jobs, we'll grow the economy, we'll do blah, blah, blah. That's what they tell us all the time. Now, you can't now, when things are getting worse, as the ANC, you come to society, you say the problems are not out of the ANC's making. It is actually misleading. Let me give you a practical example. The ANC runs the South African state. As we speak, there's load shedding in South Africa. People don't have electricity. Whose responsibility is that? It's not society's problem. It is the ANC's problem. In many parts of this country, there's no water as we speak. Whose problem it is the ANC's problem. Unemployment and jobs. The ANC does not know what it means to run an economy. It has been promising to grow the economy is going down. It has been promising to create jobs. There are no jobs out there. So the ANC must take responsibility for its failure, and we must hold it accountable.
Dr. I must ask you with this one. I mean, we're talking here about how and the question is, for how long can we appropriate and say that the results of the current socioeconomic inequalities that we're facing in the country is as a result of apartheid? And I'm going to say the reason why is because even with the President Cyril Ramaphosa's speech just last year, he was articulating about state capture. It's a huge thing. We've got state capturing inquiries in, and those are individuals that are being at the forefront of capturing the state and of looting funds in the state. These are individuals who belong to the governing party. So in that sense, how do we say that they're not their own if, for example, we're facing municipalities that don't have functional municipalities? We're struggling in municipalities. We've got municipalities that don't have money as it is right now. We've got one, I think, and it's quite dire when we speak about issues around water. We speak about sanitation. We're speaking about even the financial capacity of certain municipalities. These are municipalities, a lot of them, that are ANC run. So are we saying that the reason why we've got failing municipalities, that why they fail at getting a clean audit, is because of apartheid and the constructs of apartheid?
No one says it's about apartheid. We have inherited a past that was created, a legacy that was created over 350 years.
Okay.
We have only been in power for 25 years, and we have to develop people, to capacitate them to overcome the legacy of the past. And the ANC, it doesn't make rain. So we can't blame the ANC if some parts of the country don't have rain.
True. But we can't blame them if some people within the ANC running municipalities are stealing. That's not an injustice of the past. That's just an injustice of the people.
You know, the ANC has no barometer to see who are angels and who are not angels. And it admits to membership, people to membership in good faith. And of course, there may be people who come into the ANC for other purposes. And you can't blame the ANC if the ANC is infiltrated by people who come in to further their interests, not the interests of the organization and the people of South Africa. And that's why the ANC at the moment is strengthening its law enforcement capacity to make sure that those who are in the ANC for wrong reasons are dealt with. But there is no alternative to the ANC. All that we need to do is to say to the people of South Africa, the ANC is your instrument. We want you as well to be the eyes and ears of this glorious movement.
Dr. Mathole is saying that there's no alternative to the African National Congress. I'm just thinking of other political parties. I'm wondering what the EFF, the IFP, the DA must all be saying and thinking at that statement. There's no alternative to the African National Congress, Prince?
Well, that is only in his imagination. You see, this idea that there is no alternative to a governing party is what has actually brought down the whole of the African continent. And it said, look at Zim. The kleptocrats who have been stealing money in Zim, they have been singing the same chorus as Dr. Mathole Motshekga. There is no alternative to ZANU-PF. And the outcome of that, it's really sad. They have actually brought a country aground because of this kind of belief. This country does not belong to the ANC.
But the people keep voting for the ANC.
No, here's the thing. This country was there before the ANC. This country will be there after the ANC. This is what the ANC people must understand. If the people of this country decide they are sick and tired of the corruption in the ANC and they want to remove it, they can remove it at an election. So this whole theory that there's no alternative to the ANC, it's simply the imagination of the people who are so arrogant in the ANC.
But the fact of the matter is, and I'd like us to deal with facts, I mean, ahead of the January 8th statement that we're going to see, the fact of the matter is, whether we like it or not, people still vote for the African National Congress. And today we're speaking about a governing party, not a coalition-led governing party, well, except for certain municipalities. But we're talking about a governing party. So that says something about the ability or the belief of the electorate that the ANC may just be the only solution.
No, but look, if you look at statistics, the ANC's highest vote was in 2004, and he knows it. Right? It was almost 70%. Where is the ANC sitting today? Right? Below 60%. What does it tell you? It tells you that the ANC is in decline. If it continues to decline like that, the ANC can be kicked out of power. It is not governing Tswane as we speak. It was not governing Johannesburg. Who removed the ANC from power? It is the people of Johannesburg, the people of Nelson Mandela Bay. So this idea that the ANC cannot be removed from power, it is not ruling the Western Cape. At some point, it was ruling the Western Cape.
We're going to continue with this. Don't worry. We're going to continue with this conversation because I'm interested in hearing, Doctor, both of your points in terms of the African National Congress, where it is 108 years later. Do stay with us.